Hello, superstructure enthusiasts! Welcome back to another episode that takes us on a journey through automotive history. Today, we are diving into the fascinating story of a rare gem from the 1930s, the iconic GM Futurliner. Stay tuned as we uncover the history and discover why this vintage truck recently fetched a jaw-dropping $4 million at auction. Let's roll! In the early 1900s, before everyone had TVs or the internet, people got their news from things like the radio or sometimes movies. It wasn't until around 1930 that many folks got really interested in science and cool new inventions. Around that time, there were big events like the Chicago World's Fair where they showed off all the cool stuff people were coming up with. General Motors, a big car company, thought it was a great chance to show off their own cool car technology. So in 1936, they came up with a plan. They made a group of 8 special buses called Futurliners and 32 smaller support units. These buses would travel all over, making stops in the US and Canada. This whole traveling show was called the Parade of Progress. The idea was not just show off GM's cool stuff, but also other inventions like radar, microwaves, airplane engines, and even TVs. They did this Parade of Progress thing in 1936, 1937, and 1938, and people loved it. Then, in 1939, at the New York World's Fair, General Motors showed off a new and improved version of the Futurliner buses. These new buses were super high-tech and looked amazing, and people still talk about them today. The makeover of this new Futurliner version was pretty amazing. These buses weren't just for carrying stuff anymore. They transformed into showpieces, showcasing incredible innovation in every part of their design. What made them stand out was that they didn't look like anything from the past or what was expected in the future of the car world, giving them a kind of retro-futuristic vibe. The credit for their unique look goes to GM's designer, Harley Earl, who was a big deal in his time. He took inspiration from the sleek high-speed trains of the 1930s and 1940s in the artistic style called Art Deco. The buses sported a cool red and white color combo that stood out against their chrome-plated sides. But these buses weren't just about looks. They were super functional too. The top of the bus, besides being aerodynamic, had lights and horns for the shows, and it could extend out when parked. The cargo area's sidewalls opened up like hinges, creating a central area to display all the cool inventions. While the GM Futurliner is celebrated for being one of the earliest concept cars, its mechanical prowess doesn't quite match its sleek design. Unfortunately, this vehicle isn't exactly a speed demon. The first model from 1939 came with a 4-cylinder engine producing around 145 horsepower, allowing it to hit a top speed of just 60 kilometers per hour. When it comes to size, this colossal motorhome standing almost 2 stories tall boasts dimensions of 3.5 meters in height, 2.4 meters in width, and an impressive 10 meters in length. A standout feature in its design is the cabin, which, in addition to its considerable height, sports a panoramic cab. This allows the centrally positioned driver to enjoy a 270-degree field of vision. Additionally, access to the cabin is somewhat concealed on one side, cleverly tucked between the grille and the chrome trims. After their initial launch, a total of 12 units of the GM Futurliner were meticulously crafted by hand, a process unimaginable in today's industrial system where mass production prevails. These motorhomes, each unique, serve their social purpose by embarking on tours during 1940 and 1941. However, the global conflict of the time interrupted this project just a few months after completing their second tour. It wasn't until 1952, under the leadership of General Motors President Harlow Curtis, that the Futurliners returned to the limelight. This time, they were equipped with a GMC 302 engine, offering improved performance but still with a limited speed of only 70 kilometers per hour. Ironically, the very television they once promoted had become more widespread, making information more accessible. Additionally, the enthusiasm for science and technology fairs had significantly waned. After 2 years of relatively successful attempts, GM recognized the changing world and decisively concluded the Futurliners project. Subsequent to their initial purpose, General Motors needed a new role for the 12 Futurliner units. 2 of them were generously donated to the Michigan Police for adaptation into training vehicles focused on safety topics. while the remaining 10 were sold to private companies. Unfortunately, some of these unique vehicles have been lost over time, while others have been preserved. Records indicate that 9 units still exist, with some being restored or used in new projects, while others are deteriorating outdoors. Notably, one preserved unit stands out, facing challenges in restoration due to a lack of sufficient parts. It was transformed into a pickup-style transporter by restorer and collector Brad Boyajian, who also restored 2 more units. Remarkably, these unique units from the early days of General Motors have gained historical appreciation and value, with the 3 existing restored models offered for prices no lower than $1.25 million. The most notable case was the restoration of Futurliner No. 11, a comprehensive 18-month project conducted by the television show Bitchin' Rides between 2013 and 2014. Subsequently, the unit was auctioned in 2015, achieving a staggering purchase value of approximately $4.3 million, securing its place among the top 10 most expensive American cars in history. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed and found it valuable. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Superstructures for more exciting content. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, and we can't wait to see you in the next one. Goodbye!